During this video we're going to look at simple interest, and we can think of simple interest as if we borrow money from a bank, we have to pay them back interest on that money that we borrowed. So you can think of it as paying rent on the money that we have borrowed. And the formula for simple interest is I, which is the interest, equals P R N. Okay, where P stands for the principal, and the principal is the amount of money that you are borrowing. R stands for the rate, so the interest rate, and N stands for the number of time periods. And remember, PRN, so I is the same as saying P times R times N. Okay? Alright, let's look at an example now. So calculate the simple interest if the principal is $1,000, the rate is 5%, P.A, that stands for per annum, which is yearly, and the time is 3 years. So we'll write our formula down again. I equals P R N. And now we're just going to substitute in the information that we have. So the principal is $1,000. The rate is 5%. I'm going to put that as a decimal, 0.05. And the number of years is 3. Okay, and that comes to equal $150. Okay, the next example. Remy invests $2,500 at 8% per annum simple interest for a period of time to produce $50 interest. For how long did she invest the money? So now we're going to put in our information again. It's going to be a little bit different this one because we don't actually know how long the period is for. Okay, so we're going to substitute all of the information we have into our problem. We know that the interest is going to be $50 and Remy is investing $2,500. The rate I'm going to put as a decimal, 0.08, and we don't know what N is, so I'm going to leave N as a pronumeral. So now the next step, I'm going to solve 2,500 times 0.08, and that equals 200. So we then still have times N. So 50 equals 200N. Now, that's 200 times N. We need to get that 200 to the other side. So what we can actually do is divide both sides by 200. And that's really going to cancel that off that side. And that will give us what N equals. And N equals 0.25. Now we're talking in terms of years here. So a quarter of a year is 3 months. Sorry, not 4. 3 months. So that's addressed the question now. For how long did she invest the money? She invested the money for 3 months. Okay, looking at the final example. This one's quite lengthy. Lucy wants to buy a fridge advertised for $2,300, but she does not have enough money at the moment. She signs an on terms or hire purchase agreement to pay a deposit of $300 now and $60 per month for 2 years. A, we want to find how much Lucy pays for this fridge. B, what does it cost more than the advertised price to purchase the fridge in this manner? C, how much would she have saved by paying the advertised price rather than the purchasing on terms? And D, what was the annual simple interest rate expressed as a percentage of the original amount borrowed? Okay, there was a bit of a mistake in the first actual example. It's $1,300, not $2,300 advertised price. So let's work out A. Okay, with A, how much did Lucy pay for the fridge? Okay, so she paid $300 deposit plus her installments were $60 a month, so 60 times 12, and that was for 2 years. And that equals $1,740. Now let's look at B. Why does it cost more than the advertised price to purchase the fridge in this manner? Because you have to pay interest on the money that you are borrowing from them, because you're only paying $300 deposit, so you're paying interest on that $1,000. Alright, C. How much would she have saved by paying the advertised price rather than purchasing on terms? So she paid $1,470 from purchasing on terms, and the original price was $1,300. So she would have saved $430 by paying the advertised price. D. What was the annual simple interest rate expressed as a percentage of the original amount borrowed? Okay, because we're talking about annual, we need to, that should be 440. We want to divide 440 by 2 because at the moment that's the interest we pay over 2 years. So annually we're going to pay interest of $220, and don't be confused, the original amount we borrowed was $1,000 because we'd already paid $300 deposit. So we go 220 over 1,000 times by 100, and that gives us 22%. So the annual simple interest rate is 22% from of the original amount borrowed.